Philadelphia, a city steeped in history and renowned as the birthplace of American independence, has long been a symbol of freedom and resilience. Its cobblestone streets and historic landmarks tell the story of a nation's birth and the enduring spirit of its people. However, beneath this rich historical tapestry, the city now grapples with a hidden crisis that threatens to overshadow its proud legacy. Homelessness and addiction cast a shadow over its vibrant streets, creating a stark contrast to the city's celebrated past. These issues are not just isolated incidents but pervasive problems that affect the daily lives of many residents. As you walk through the bustling downtown area, the challenges faced by many become painfully evident, a stark reminder of the ongoing struggles within the community.
Once a thriving industrial center, Philadelphia has witnessed a gradual decline over the decades. The factories that once powered the city's economy have largely fallen silent, leaving behind a legacy of poverty, unemployment, and despair. This decline has had a profound impact on the community, with many residents struggling to find stable employment and support their families. The city's history is intertwined with the rise and fall of its industries. The once bustling factories and workshops now stand as silent witnesses to a bygone era. The decline of manufacturing, coupled with the outsourcing of jobs to other regions and countries, dealt a severe blow to Philadelphia's economy. This economic shift left many without the means to support themselves, leading to widespread financial instability. As factories closed and unemployment soared, the ripple effects were felt throughout the community. Small businesses shuttered, and the local economy struggled to recover. Many residents found themselves struggling to make ends meet, facing an uncertain future with limited opportunities.
The once thriving neighborhoods transformed into pockets of poverty, where the sense of community and prosperity was replaced by hardship and struggle. Homelessness became a harsh reality for a growing number of individuals and families, as the safety nets that once supported them began to fray. The roots of the current crisis can be traced back to these economic shifts, which have left deep scars on the city's social fabric. As poverty spread, so too did the problems of addiction and homelessness. These issues are often intertwined, creating a cycle that is difficult to break. The lack of affordable housing options further exacerbated the situation, making it nearly impossible for many to find a stable place to live. Vulnerable individuals found themselves with nowhere to turn, often ending up on the streets or in overcrowded shelters.
Today, Philadelphia faces a complex and multifaceted crisis that requires urgent attention and action. Addressing these challenges demands a comprehensive and compassionate response from the community, local government, and organizations dedicated to making a difference. Only through collective effort can Philadelphia hope to overcome these obstacles and build a brighter future for all its residents.
Philadelphia's economic landscape underwent a dramatic transformation in the latter half of the 20th century. Once a thriving industrial hub, the city was home to numerous factories and manufacturing plants that provided steady employment to thousands of residents. The city, once a powerhouse of manufacturing, witnessed the closure of countless factories and industrial plants. These closures marked the beginning of a long period of economic decline. The decline of these industries led to widespread job losses, particularly among blue-collar workers. Many found themselves without the skills needed for the emerging job market, making it difficult to find new employment. The steel industry, a cornerstone of Philadelphia's economy, experienced a sharp decline in the 1970s and 80s. This decline was driven by increased global competition and technological advancements that reduced the need for labor. The closure of steel mills resulted in the loss of thousands of well-paying jobs, leaving many families struggling to stay afloat. The ripple effects were felt throughout the community, as local businesses also suffered from reduced consumer spending. The textile industry, another major employer, also faced challenges from overseas competition, leading to further job losses. Factories that had been operational for decades were suddenly shuttered, leaving workers with few options. As traditional industries crumbled, Philadelphia struggled to attract new businesses and create employment opportunities. Efforts to revitalize the economy were met with mixed success, as the city grappled with its industrial past while trying to forge a new future. The city's unemployment rate soared, and poverty rates climbed steadily. The lack of job opportunities led to an increase in homelessness and financial instability for many residents. The loss of jobs not only resulted in financial hardship, but also had a devastating impact on the social fabric of communities. Families were torn apart, and the sense of community that once defined Philadelphia began to erode. The city faced an uphill battle to rebuild and recover from these economic challenges. Kensington Avenue, a once bustling commercial corridor, has become synonymous with Philadelphia's opioid epidemic and the plight of its homeless population. Once a thriving hub of commerce and community, it now stands as a haunting symbol of urban decay and societal neglect. The street is a stark reminder of the human cost of addiction and poverty. Every corner tells a story of despair, where dreams have been shattered and lives have been derailed by the relentless grip of substance abuse. Open-air drug use is rampant, and the sidewalks are littered with discarded needles and other drug paraphernalia. The sight of people openly injecting drugs has become a grimly familiar scene, underscoring the severity of the crisis.
For many of those living on the streets of Kensington, life is a daily struggle for survival. Each day brings new challenges, from finding food and shelter to avoiding the dangers that lurk around every corner. They grapple with addiction, mental health issues, and the constant threat of violence. The lack of adequate support systems leaves them vulnerable, perpetuating a cycle of suffering and hopelessness. Many have lost everything: their homes, families, and hope. The streets of Kensington are filled with individuals who once had dreams and aspirations, now reduced to mere shadows of their former selves. Their stories are a testament to the devastating impact of the opioid crisis. Each person represents a unique narrative of loss, pain, and the desperate search for redemption.
One woman, who asked to be identified only as Sarah, shared her story of descent into addiction and homelessness. Her journey is a poignant example of how quickly life can unravel when faced with insurmountable challenges. After losing her job and her home, she turned to heroin as a way to numb the pain. The drug offered a temporary escape, but it soon became a relentless master, dictating every aspect of her existence. She now spends her days on Kensington Avenue, searching for her next fix. Her story is a stark reminder of the human toll of addiction and the urgent need for comprehensive solutions to address this crisis. The opioid epidemic has ravaged communities across the United States, and Philadelphia has been hit particularly hard. The city has one of the highest overdose rates in the country, driven in large part by the prevalence of fentanyl.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is up to 100 times more potent than morphine. It is often mixed with heroin or other drugs, making it even more dangerous. The drug's potency and low cost have made it a popular choice among drug dealers, but it has also led to a surge in overdose deaths.
In 2022, there were over 1,200 overdose deaths in Philadelphia, and fentanyl was involved in more than 80% of those deaths. The epidemic has had a devastating impact on families and communities across the city. Section 5, A City's Response, Battling the Crisis on Multiple Fronts.
The city of Philadelphia has taken a multi-pronged approach to addressing the opioid epidemic and the crisis of homelessness. Efforts have focused on prevention, treatment, and harm reduction.
One key initiative has been the expansion of access to naloxone, a medication that can reverse opioid overdoses. Naloxone is now widely available at pharmacies and through community-based organizations.
The city has also increased funding for drug treatment programs and supportive housing initiatives.
However, the city's response has faced challenges, including a shortage of affordable housing and a lack of coordination among service providers. The scale of the crisis has often outstripped the resources available. Section 6, Project Home, a beacon of hope in a sea of despair. Amidst the despair and challenges, organizations like Project Home offer a beacon of hope for those affected by homelessness and addiction.
Founded in 1989, Project Home provides a continuum of care, including street outreach, emergency shelter, affordable housing, and comprehensive social services. The organization's mission is to empower individuals to break the cycle of homelessness and poverty.
Project Home's approach is rooted in the belief that everyone deserves a safe and stable place to call home. Through its various programs, Project Home has helped thousands of people transition from the streets to permanent housing.
The organization also provides job training, education, and healthcare services to help individuals achieve self-sufficiency.
Section 7, Stories of Resilience Triumph Over Adversity. Despite the daunting challenges they face, many individuals affected by homelessness and addiction have shown remarkable resilience and determination. Their stories are a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity.
One such story is that of Michael,
who spent years battling addiction and living on the streets of Kensington. With the support of Project Home, Michael was able to get into treatment, find stable housing, and turn his life around. He is now employed and an advocate for others struggling with addiction.
Michael's story is just one of many that illustrate the transformative power of compassion and support. By providing individuals with the resources they need to rebuild their lives, organizations like Project Home are making a tangible difference in the fight against homelessness and addiction. Section 8. The Power of Awareness. A Call to Action. Addressing the complex and interconnected issues of homelessness and addiction in Philadelphia requires a collective effort. It is essential to raise awareness about the root causes of these crises and to challenge the stigma associated with them. Individuals can make a difference by volunteering their time or donating to organizations working on the front lines. They can also advocate for policies that address poverty, affordable housing, and access to healthcare. By working together, we can create a more just and compassionate society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Section 9. Conclusion, a shared responsibility. The crisis of homelessness and addiction in Philadelphia is a complex and multifaceted issue that demands a comprehensive and compassionate response. While the city has made strides in addressing these challenges, much work remains to be done. It is essential to remember that behind the statistics are real people with their own unique stories and struggles. By working together, we can create a city where everyone has the opportunity to live a life of dignity and hope.